Hey there folks, it is me, RandomJosh, and I am back again with another face mask Friday. Been a hot minute, I know. But we're jumping straight back in with some gorgeous beat. Hello. So yeah, this is my it was originally going to be sort of subtle winter makeup, but then I just thought, do you know what? No one wants subtlety from me. So we went a little bit bigger. So if you like what you're seeing so far, definitely stay tuned and enjoy the video. So kicking this tutorial off, we're using the El Maquillage No Filter Primer just to prep and get the skin nice and ready for a good old-fashioned beating. So just working that through the skin, making sure our pores are nice and sorted. And now we're jumping in with the El Maquillage Woke Up Like This foundation. My shade is 35, as you can see here. And I'm just using a nice buffing brush just to really work that into the skin. Just kind of slowly building that and taking that through. Just to really ensure the coverage is down. Now I didn't shave my face for this, so sometimes I prefer to shave my face when doing makeup usually, just because it is a little bit trickier and kind of the makeup a lot of the times gets stuck at the base of the hairs, but we work with it. And then just taking a nice damp sponge here and just basically going over the foundation just to really give it that nice skin sort of feel. Now we're in with the El Maquillage Fuck I'm Flawless Concealer. My shade again is 2.5. So this is just a little shade lighter just to give those highlights. So I'm just mainly focusing on any areas where I can see any redness or any areas that I feel need a little bit of extra oomph. So the natural highlights of the face, so you see the forehead, just underneath the eyes a small amount, and down the nose as well, just to really, again, lift the face. And then I did add a little bit underneath the nose because there was a bit of redness there as well, so I wanted to really make sure that we were, you know, tackling that well. So now doing some contouring, so I'm using the CYO Cool as a Coconut Cooling Bronzing Stick in Fair Medium here. And then also the Trixie Cosmetics Trixie Stick in Baby for my blush there. And just now buffing that through again with that buffing brush, just to really make sure those kind of colours do sit in. It does, of course, look a little bit crazy when you apply it straight onto the skin, but this stuff, both products blend into the skin so nicely, and it's almost, you know, very minimalistic. So now in with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent, just to set that makeup in place. I do pack on a fair bit just because I kind of like the feeling of it. Which does a lot of the time remove some of those kind of colorings that we've just added into the skin. And then dusting that off as well with a nice big fluffy brush there. And yeah, so again, as I said, it kind of does take away some of the coloration that we've just added into the skin, so we're going to re-add that back in with some powder product now. So we've got here the CYO When the Sun Don't Shine Bronzing Powder in Fair. So again, I kind of wanted to use these kind of products because these are products I don't normally use, because of how, as you can see here, they're not as prominent. But for this kind of makeup, it actually is quite nice to just add that kind of subtlety to it. And then we have the Trixie Cosmetics Summer of Love blush palette, and I'm just using the shade Girl on Girl there. Really gorgeous kind of like pinky peach kind of color, really fair, which is nice. But I kind of wanted to add that in across the bridge of the nose as well, because this is a winter look, give us that kind of colder look basically overall. So now we're going in with the Revolution and Alexis Stone The Instinct palette. Now I do believe this palette is actually no longer being sold. It's so old, along with some of the other products I'm using, but hey ho, we work. So I'm just taking that kind of initial blue, it's kind of almost bluey green shade. They don't have names unfortunately, but it is that kind of nice lighter blue shade on a nice little fluffy brush, and just really working that through the upper crease, and then moving to the third shade down. I was about to say 2 shades down, but yeah, third shade down total, same kind of column of blue. So this palette is really good for like finding colors that work together, obviously like from the same kind of color palette as such, but yeah, just taking that darker shade, same brush, just lowering it down a little bit more into the actual eyelid and the more creasy area of the eyelid. I am making a bit of a meal out of this, but cleanup is possible, it's all good. Now I'm just taking that the darkest blue shade there on a smaller smudging brush, and just really focusing that kind of darker pigment onto the outer corner, just to add a bit of dimension and shape to the eye, and further increase that kind of blendability as well. It kind of creates a nice gradient effect there. So I'm going back in with our concealer there. So this is that same Il Makiage Fuck Home Flawless Concealer. I'm just using that to basically cut the crease. Now, I did something that I probably shouldn't have done, and I didn't clean off the eye before doing this. I kind of actually like the way that it turned out without cleaning it. Obviously, if you clean the eye of all kind of pre-existing makeup before, it gives you a much cleaner, crisper kind of look and feel, but this kind of blends in with the blue and created that kind of off blue, off white kind of weird color, but I kind of like it. Anyway, we're now adding a bit of glitz and glam, so we're heading into the Night and Day Revolution Pro palette, and this is the shade Pearlized, and I just took a little kind of fluffy brush just to apply this and pack that right on into the kind of inner corner and throughout that kind of full cut crease area. And then I took that dark blue shade, which is called Midnight, and just really wanted to add that into the outer corner, just to kind of marry the two segments together, because we've got that nice dark blue on the outer corner in the matte, so just to kind of tie in all of the elements together, add a little bit of glitz and glam and shine, and yeah, really just solidify this look. And now we're just going in with the lower lash line, so just taking that lighter blue shade there and going across the full lash, and then taking that secondary color that we used, just adding a little bit more depth to the outer corner there. So now on to brows. We're using our CYO Jaime Brow and Lash Gel in Fair Medium, just to give our brows a little bit of definition and get them looking correct, you know, get them flaky. So now it is time for lashes, so I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, brushing those down, and now applying the Indigo Rosé lashes in Apollo. Love a good pair of lashes. It's been a while since I've worn them, so it's nice to finally get them back on again. And I'm showing you the realness. We're struggling with getting them on, but it is what it is. Struggle is real sometimes. We're not all perfectionists when it comes to applying our lashes, so work with it. And then just, yeah, applying some of the mascara there just to really emphasize the full shebang and look. And on the lips, I breezed past it there because I didn't get any good footage, but it was the Morphe Shine Lip Crayon in DIY. And now we're just taking the Be Perfect Stacey Marie Get Wet Cream Highlighter in Skin Sheen, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of like frosty blue hint highlighter there. And I applied that also in the inner corners of my eyes. And now just emphasizing the lips here with some Morphe Make It Big plumping lip gloss in Big Pink Energy. And finalising, of course, with our Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Alrighty there folks, so there we have it, the finished look. I have to admit, I really do love this. I feel like the outer wingy piece, I think I went a little bit heavy-handed on that. So either finesse that, or even just stick to this area. I still love the colours, like, I think they're just really nice. I love a good blue moment. I have to admit, I do, I love blue. And those shimmers, like, oh, I love glitter. So I would recommend that. I don't even know if they still do this palette. This palette is so old. I don't even know if they still do it. But if they do, I'll find it and I'll make sure it's in the description for you all. Love it. But honestly, I feel like any kind of blue, it's a very blue, whitey, like white blue tinge. Tinge? I don't know why I love the word tinge. But yeah, it's that kind of like blue flecked glitter that's just so subtle, but like it adds a punch. And then that darker blue actually does marry in quite nicely. I was a bit, again, heavy-handed with it, I'll admit. But I think it really works. I love this. Ah, I love myself. Ah! But yeah, thank you again so much for you all for staying tuned with this video. If you did enjoy it, definitely go and hit that subscribe button, join the family, and give a little like, a little comment if you did enjoy this. And if you want to see some more makeup tutorials, I have some, hopefully, fingers crossed, planned. So this is kind of the restarting, the re-energization of me back being a weirdo on camera again properly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see each and every one of you folks in the next video. Peace out, bitches.